and hope you had a great 2 weeks. Good to be back. I had my yearly event fundraiser that I do every year, the week of either this week or last week, and it happened to have been last week through Memorial Day this year. I run specials when I do that, and naturally people that live in the area and are able to attend are the only ones that can take advantage of it. So stick around, because before the show ends, I'm going to let you know what the special rate is that I will, now that the fair is over, I will honor the rate to all of you out there to do phone readings with me instead of my regular rates that I have. I can do that now that the fair is over, because part of all the proceeds when I do that gets donated to the community firehouse every year. So now that it wouldn't be in competition with that, I'm going to offer it to everybody else as well. I am so excited tonight because I have a stranger to us. We all here at Penn have missed him, and he used to have a show right prior to mine every Wednesday at 8. And I don't want to waste any time, but I'll give you a hint for those that still may be trying to remember who it is. Phantom Elite Paranormal Group. That should be familiar to a lot of yous. Brian Mann. Brian, how are you?
Good. It's been some time.
It has been. It's been a long, cold winter without you. And I gotta make the joke, you in your pocket.
Yeah.
I didn't have your pocket to stay warm in. Now everybody's going, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, we better clarify that one, huh? Go ahead.
Yeah, we were on an investigation, and we took Misha along, and she was on my cell phone, and I put her in my pocket. That's the joke.
They were all freezing, and I was sitting right here at home, nice and warm and neat. So, Brian, I'm losing my voice. It's probably from last week all week, being outside and the weather and having to talk over all the noise while I was doing the reading, so I apologize. I'm squeaking tonight. What have you been up to?
All kinds of stuff. We're actually trying to get a lot of our cases lined up for the summer still. We got a few in mind that are going to be really interesting. We're going to be going caving very soon, so that's going to be interesting. Doing that, more or less focused on the ghost box to see if we'll actually get any messages down in the caves, because there's no radio, that reaches down that way. So I was always curious on how the ghost box will react down there.
What ghost box do you use, Brian?
The SB7. The SB7, and the reason why I use that is because it's a lot better. A lot of people, say that the ghost box fake or whatever. Me personally, I like the specific one, the SB7, because it has the frequencies that you can set the speed. And a lot of the hacks that are out there, it's not accurate. The gaps between the channels, there was no radio frequencies whatsoever in those gaps. So what I've been doing lately is actually analyzing the sound wave patterns in the ghost box. So, and I'm using a lot of Ferdy cage type things to block out the radio frequency. So I'm trying to prove that the ghost box is real, a real thing. Lately, that's what I've been doing. Otherwise,
well, with everything, you get those that are, gonna slam it, and even with the apps, with the radios, people say you're just bringing in, you're scanning radio waves. So how do you know when you ask a question that what you're hearing just doesn't happen to be coincidental, that what a broadcaster is saying could be an answer to what you're asking? And then you have the phone apps and things, where, to me, as far as I'm concerned, that's just a bunch of words pre-programmed into the thing, randomly saying. And
are you talking about the Ghost Radar app, something like that?
Yes. I've gone out with people that use them, and they're just standing there going, okay, then.
I mean, I have to admit, I've used them myself, just to see if they're...
I can't, because I don't have a phone that does any of that. My cell phone is just calls, so...
a lot of people are misfortunate that they can't, sense spirits around, and I don't know. I think some people shouldn't be able to pick up on spirits that are around, because I think a lot of people wouldn't be able to handle it, and even a lot of psychics, we can't even handle it sometimes. It's just I think a lot of people have that misconception that, if they get one of these devices and, they start talking to the ghosts and that, is their mind actually going to be prepared, and it's not even if it's real or fake, if their mind is, prepared, then go ahead, do it. But I mean, I think the mundane, if they're not really into ghost hunting or doing anything of the sort, I think a lot of that actually, it's a whole mental thing, I don't know, I posted something the other day, I don't know if you guys seen it, I posted something about this lady. She kind of went nuts after she used that ghost app. She got committed to a sale asylum because she thought the ghosts were talking to her or whatever. Something like that. Like I said, I always thought, I think that you actually have to be prepared for, how can you be prepared for it? But, it's just, I don't know. What is your take on that, I guess?
I think there's I've said it before, Brian, and so have you, there's so many people wanting to go out and do it, and a lot of it's just for shits and giggles because of all the television programs that you have.
Yeah.
And they think it's a game. They might come across a ghost hunting thing on a Friday or a Saturday night, even after being at the bar drinking, and just, they're carrying on, and they're just there because it's something to do.
Correct, yeah. And by the way, you shouldn't be doing that. It's a no-no.
Big time no-no. What do you feel about bringing children along, and at what age do you think that's appropriate?
Well, a lot of people do see a lot of my videos. I do actually bring my daughter along on some of them that I feel that they're not, necessarily dangerous, like a house or something, or a place that I actually been to a few times prior to, and, it's actually during the day or something, it's actually a family gathering type place, so, I do keep that in mind. Age limit, I don't know. Me personally, I had my daughter into this stuff, when she was 1 year old. I was teaching her how to cleanse and with smudge sticks and stuff like that, so, she's
But we're going to be a little hypocritical here, or at least I am. Don't you think it's a little bit different? Because we do take this seriously, do know what we're doing. We're not just coming in off the street looking for something to do, or, a family night out, and, know nothing about it.
Yeah, it is a different thing. I mean, my daughter is aware of, the stuff that I do, and I think somebody that just all of a sudden I'm going to take my kid to a place, that, the building's falling apart, or it's just so dark in there, there's rusty nails or whatever, she gets hurt. I mean, it's common sense, obviously, too, but
unfortunately, a lot of people lack common sense these days.
I would have to say, if I seen like an amateurish paranormal group start bringing their kids along, and they really haven't been doing it for maybe 6 months to a year, I would say don't do it, because they really don't have the feel, how it really is out there. I don't bring my daughter to every single one, obviously. I do some dangerous type places like roads and that, and it's just. It really does come into play that you really need to do your research of the place first, and make sure that, if you, I mean, I understand it's hard to find a babysitter these days, and I always have something planned for my daughter, so, I mean,
right.
She's pretty sensitive like myself, but for others, there's always that, attachment to something too. I'm always aware of that too, and I mean that's why I taught my daughter how to defend herself, psychically against things.
Right.
It's I would say no. If you haven't been in this stuff pretty much all your life and haven't, shown your kids how to do stuff, I think no, that they shouldn't go at all.
Yeah. And that is the things that people don't consider. The condition that the location, the building's in, the debris that could be laying around, falling down. People don't think of those things. I know a lot of occasions, even I, doing it all the time, doing an outdoor one this time of year at night, how many times have I forgot the bug spray? Until I'm there and I'm like, oh crap, I bit.
That's part of our equipment regiment. We have a couple cans of off with us, heavy deep woods off, because we're getting eaten alive half the time, and it's starting to be that season now. And as soon as we get out there, we're going to be getting eaten. We've done a couple cases already, in the winter here, a little bit in between. It was kind of nice not having mosquitoes around, but I don't know. I think it just adds to the adventure of being outside, ghost hunting. And I mean, it is a completely different thing, too. I'm going to get on that subject of inside and outside investigations. I mean, yeah, they are completely different. You can have more of a controlled environment, inside, obviously, versus outside. So, a lot of our stuff outside it's difficult, to try to get those animals and those weird sounds out of there, but
especially the crickets.
Technology.
Especially the crickets.
Yeah. Recently, I mostly throw all pictures wise, outside pictures. We take a lot of pictures outside, but I pretty much throw them all out just because, there could be dust or something in the air, bugs flying around. It's just kind of pointless to take any pictures, really. We just take it just to verify that, some areas that we've, covered outside. So, I mean,
You know, name bugs.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm really harsh on video, on photos altogether.
So am I.
Very, very hard to convince me that it's paranormal, especially if it's just a photo and you have a bug flying across the screen and you say it's a fairy or something. I can't do it.
Me neither. I've been seeing a few out there. I know there's several groups that just, you know, everything's an orb. Every little circle's an orb. Doesn't matter if the picture's taken while it was misty, raining, or even with none of that going on. You're in a dirty house. You're walking around. You're moving the dust up in the air.
My point is with that is, like, learn how things are in the air. Like, don't, you know, before you even go to an investigation, like, throw dust into the air and watch it, like, how it moves. Take the camera, take the night vision camera, and turn on that IR light, bounce it off things. You know, if you blow smoke in the air, you know, just to see how it moves in the air. Videotape bugs flying around. And that, you know, that alone will help you improve your investigations altogether. I just think that people need to do stuff like that more.
They do. Some people are just so anxious to see something, I think, in pictures that any little thing they point out. I know I've seen them where they're taking pictures, they're in a historical place, and there might be a case or even photos, framed photos hanging up, and they're just taking a random picture of the wall, and there's a glare on the picture, the one wall, and they're calling it a spirit flying by, when all you have to do is look at the photo, see that there was a piece of glass over here, know that the flash went off on the camera, and it's nothing other than the reflection and the glass, the light bouncing off the glass. And I sit there and I'm just like shaking my head.
And that makes it hard for, you know, for people that actually do this all the time, you know, and like we're trying to prove it to be real, but then like we have somebody taking a picture of a reflection off a mirror, you know, that the mirror was just simply dirty. And, you know, it looks like a freaking face on it, you know, and then some like scientist comes along, or somebody, a photo expert comes around and sees what it is and tells the group what it is, and they get all offensive and start screaming at them, and you're bashing on us, blah blah blah,
right.
And it's just hard for when we actually one of these days when we actually have that definitive proof that something is real, you know, that what we're doing is real, or the concept of it, you know, real. When we actually have it, it's going to be almost impossible to say that it is paranormal.
Well, I want to hold that thought. I want to get back to that because there is something floating around. I don't know if you saw it on the internet, but I want to touch on also the, you know, with the giving us, you know, the bad reputation and things like that because of everybody just saying everything in the picture is paranormal. I'm actually in a couple weeks going to be doing a show with a guest that is from my area, who I've seen at investigations a few times, and he had started his own group. Now, a lot of the ones around here that I have gone out with do the things that I'm talking about in your mention, and with the orbs and the reflections and things. And there's so much of that around here. That's why I don't go with the group. And he's coming on as a guest to tell why he stopped his group and the paranormal investigations, because everything he witnessed with the majority of the people around my area were doing these exact same things and just making it look like it's just a complete hoax.
So he just quit, huh?
He quit, and he doesn't even believe in it anymore because he's been around so many of these people in the area that just, they're smoking a cigarette, somebody flashes cigarette smoke is that he hasn't really been around anybody that takes it seriously. So I'm going to be doing a different type of show on this to get that angle from somebody that actually was in it and just said, you know what, this is all BS. And, discuss, some things with him that, what went on and bring up. Well,
it really does come down to patience, too.
Going out with. What, Brian?
It really does come down to patience, too. And so you're not going to get something every freaking time. And then, I don't know. I think it's a toss-up sometimes. Even though I can see them or hear them or whatever, what I do, sometimes, we'll go to a notorious haunted spot and absolutely nothing happens, and you want it to happen so badly that you have one team member that thinks that it's absolutely haunted, and keeping that view. I mean, sometimes even I this stuff isn't real until something does happen. It's just. I'd have to say to him, just be patient. And there's those people out there. You don't necessarily have to have a team.
Right.
I've done this a long time before I even had a team, but still, it's. I don't know. In a way, I kind of feel sorry, because that it can be fun. I mean, it can be fun, and if you take it too seriously, sometimes I mean that does take a toll on you. There was a time that that's all I could think about is going on cases all the time, and it's just hard sometimes, especially when you see all that going on. I see it, we all see it all the time, and it's just I guess it's sad in a way, but if he takes people like him maybe take that step and say, hey, prove it that it's not real, it's BS. Take some photography, some picture taking classes. Go, get professional with it.
Right.
Become an analyst. That's all I can really say.
I want to touch on you said about outright proof. Did you catch? I guess it was maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago now. It was on the news. And at first, I had thought it was somebody like you or I just there. It was a soccer match over the UK. I'm not sure where. It was overseas. And I just thought it was somebody, one of the fans, videotaping the soccer match. And for whatever, afterwards, they edited the footage to have a spirit run across the stands that were on the other side of the stadium, because it's so solid, so formed, running straight through the stands and the fans that are sitting there, and they're not even looking or moving. They didn't feel anything, speeding right through them. And that was not the case at all. Supposedly, this was being broadcast live. And I don't know what was going on, that the news camera was taking a random shot of the fans. They were maybe on a break or whatever. And it was live on the newscast when it was being taped. You'll have to look that one up, Brian. Have a look at it. All you have to do is Google soccer game ghost.
Okay. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of those. I've been actually going on YouTube and that and looking up a lot of different videos lately, and just doing analyzing, you know, like if it's been altered in any way. I mean, you can definitely tell if it's been altered, you know.
Right.
There's so many things that you could do with editing, you know. Like, it's just, yeah, I'll look at it. There's a lot of them coming from like Asia and China over that way. A lot of those type of pictures, videos coming out from that way. I just did one about a bowl shattering off a what was a convenience store. I forget where it was. I just did something like that, and the bowl just like shot off the table and landed on the ground, and I was like, it just looked really weird to me. Like this lady was just walking around, and I don't know. You'd have to see it. It's on my channel. Like you'll see it. It's like a bowl. It like just flies off the table. I don't know. To me, it looks like it's faked for sure.
Right.
But I mean, there's so many out there. Like, see, I think I've become like really good at editing and seeing how things are actually done. Actually, since I've been doing my shows and that, I mean, I can definitely tell a lot of things, from what you can do or what you cannot do, and debunking, doing experiments. I love doing experiments. That's something that I think a lot of paranormal teams need to start doing. Is experiment. And why is it doing that? You look at the dimensions of it, the physics of it, and make sure that you're trying to do everything in your power to make sure that what you are viewing, like a full body apparition in front of you, you want to prove that that's exactly what you're seeing is a ghost, so.
And nobody standing anywhere, reflection, shadows, none of that. What I did see, talk about pictures and things like that. I did see the bunch of photos that you have. One that your group had taken, and then ones that you just put up saying other. And from what I saw, the others, the very first one that was labeled other that I had clicked on was above a building, looking like it was a house fire or whatever that particular building was when you first look at it. But
that's pretty. I mean, that was. I was just using this thing to see how the smoke. How would you make those pictures like that, even outside? And it wasn't necessarily, what it looked like. It's how it came onto frame, like. How would you get that white to stay there in that spot, and how to make it stay in that spot? Even outside, there's a certain way to blow it on the side of the camera. No matter what you do, if you look at that other team's stuff, no matter what, you can see that it's off to the side, like it cuts off. So wherever it's getting cut off, that's where they're blowing it in from. So that's how. I don't care what they use to make it. I'd have to say it's smoke or some kind of smoke form, just because I don't believe that that they actually sent me one like 30 some more the next day after I posted that. They're like, oh, what do you these are all paranormal. I'm like, so you're getting 50 photos in a row with the same thing, like. I would have to say that's highly unlikely, just because we'll take over 150 pictures on an investigation right in a row, and we'd never get anything like that. Anything like unless it's something that nothing that I couldn't explain really. I mean, some of those are unique. They're really cool looking, but
and I noticed in a couple. There were the forms of faces in 2 of them.
Yeah.
Did you see it? Did you catch that?
Yeah, I seen that, but I mean, it's a French paranormal team. I mean, they're from France there, and I mean, I've been talking to him for a while, and it's just one of those people that I think just take random pictures of things and just say it's paranormal. But if they are actually blowing smoke or they're smoking while they're taking pictures, because that's kind of, it's either their breath or they're smoking a cigarette while they're taking a picture. It's one of those two, because it has to be. Like, I don't see it any other way. Like, those faces, it's just matrixing, like, to me anyway. Like, they don't have any, like, EVPs or anything to back it up. For me, I would have to say no, like, it's not. Like,
Exactly.
you gotta have more than just pictures.
Yes, you do. What is the place that stands out the most to you that freaked you out? Have you been anywhere that really you can say freaked you out?
My team would say there is one place. Paradise Road. We just did it. We did it last. Well, I don't remember. We showed up there, and the area was just heavily too dangerous at the time because it was around Halloween, and we pulled up to the place. It was just a normal place. We're driving there, and we stopped on the side of the road, and I could feel like, you remember Fitzman's. This place is a little bit darker, I would have to say. Like, I didn't want to get out of the car, how dark it was. Like, I instantly, it was nothing to do with, how creepy the place looked. It was the feeling that I got. Like, I don't know if you believe in it or not, but there's a specific kind of demon that I don't even consider them demons, but they like to cause mischief. What's they're called? I'll have to look it up. Forgot their name. Anyway, they just cause so much damage. They also even try to kill you. I don't. No one's ever got them on camera, obviously, but in my mind, I could see them. These little dark creatures that are just running around out there. They don't talk. They don't really do anything. And the thing is, I didn't know the whole report of the place until I came back to upload the stuff, because we came back a second time, and we actually have a video of that place. We just did it, but there's actually a lot of real deaths on the road, like accidental deaths, people dying left and right on the road, and it was just
Really?
I didn't really know all this until I just read that it was haunted. There was something about witches or whatever, so we just went out there. And it's there's so much stuff about this that, there's folklore, there's rumors, and there's that stuff, but then there is so much rumors in the area that at least one of them has to be real. And I'd have to say, this place, like, I don't know if you ever watched the show Reaper. Ever watched the show Reaper?
Yes.
And those little things that cause accidents for the people to die.
Right.
Kind of like that. That's what I could kind of explain how they are. Like, they cause damage. It sounds crazy, but they've been throughout the centuries that these things are real. So it definitely, first time I've ever came across one that they don't really care. They hate people. So I didn't want to get out, and the second time being there, I definitely had the same feeling, but a little bit worse. We were out there, and all of a sudden, like, I seen one of them on the side of the road, and I had a feeling that it was trying to do something to, like, hurt my team. I'm like, we're leaving now. Like, we took off running towards the truck, and I don't we normally don't do that. Like, it was
Right.
so freaky. Not even like 2 minutes after I felt that from that thing, a car came flying through there and it would have killed us. It would have hit us and killed us. We would have no reaction time to move out of the way. That's how dangerous this particular road was. So it definitely, that road just intrigued me so much that I had to come back. You know, even with that danger that, you know, of getting hit, it's just, it's unbelievable. There was a murder on the road. This like lady like paid these students to kill her husband for the insurance money on the road. I mean, there's a death at least every 2 years or something on the road. It's crazy. Like, it's one of those places.
You've been there twice then, Brian, both times at night?
Yes.
How about going during the day?
The first time when we went there was during the day, and then it started getting darker out. Just to get the feel for the area. Like our first time, we'll go to a place and just to check it out, see if we feel anything. But if I start to feel something, we'll actually start rolling the cameras right there on the spot. But the first time out there is pretty much just to get the lay of the area, how we're gonna do the, you know, safety precautions. Like, a lot of our roads, we have safety cones up, and we wear like reflective tape and stuff on us to make sure that motorists see us. And so we don't have lots of money to close down the road. You know, I mean, I'd love to do that. That'd be awesome to have the power to do that, but obviously we don't. And we just make sure that the motorists know that we're there. We'll have like a sign up or have the vehicles on the ends of the road so people know that we're there. But it's dangerous. That's all I can say.
Did you ever have the police come, wondering what you were doing since you have the cones up and stuff, stopping you? Or?
A lot of the times we actually call the local police.
Right.
One time it's happened when the cops, it's actually that particular road, the first time we were out there, because it's so dangerous, the cops were concerned that, you know, it was around Halloween. It's one of those roads that people, you know, that they go out there and do stupid things. And
right.
we actually caught the cop off guard with our cameras, and he was acting he was nervous or something. Like, I actually started interviewing him. I'm like, so you're out here all the time? I'm like, what is this and this and that? And it looked like he was completely lying to me. Like, he was looking down on the ground, and it was weird. Like, we like reversed roles. Like, he was supposed to be asking me why I'm out there, blah blah blah, and we have all these cameras, and I'm interviewing him instead. It was a blast.
You caught him off guard with that, and I'm sure he probably has experienced some things that he is keeping to himself.
Yeah, there was actually like a phantom truck or something out there too that I'm actually, you know, over a lot of roads that we're looking at now actually have the same, like almost the same reports. There's like the phantom truck that like tries to ram people off the road.
We have one out here someplace that has that behind it too.
I'm actually getting intrigued about it, but I'm just trying to think of why, you know, why so many reports of this. Kind of reminds me of like Jeepers Creepers, that beat up truck, you know, like chasing off the road.
That's exactly what my thought was too.
Yeah, I don't know, like, if it is somebody, like, so many places that, you know, see this thing. Like, I was trying to get Jesse during the show to explain what would manifest that. Why would it do that? That, you know, why would something be ramming people off the road? He's like, yeah, a phantom driver and a phantom engine, he goes. And I'm like, yeah, obviously. I mean, is it the energy off the road, or was it somebody that just died, or is this some maniac that wants to ram you off the road? And like all these places, there's so many of them that are similar. So
there is, and you have to wonder sometimes too. Is it just different places just thought, oh, that sounds like a good story to tell, so let's add it to the thing.
I mean, it's cool looking up the legends and stuff. I'm like, like Ridgeway. Like when we went to Ridgeway, like the whole town has a ghost story to it. Like a phantom headless horseman comes into the town, and like somebody goes missing every 40 years. And this, I'm like, I never heard of such a thing. So I mean, like, is that true? We had to go and look. Obviously, when we get there, but you find out like half of the legend, it was somebody that just made up a story. But there's other things that are true about it that comes along with the legend that makes it into that legend, I think.
Yes. Yes, we have, I did one a couple years ago, visited a cemetery. I had to call the police station to let them know. Had to arrange it with church as well because the cemetery was on their grounds, and went through all of that, and the police just said there's a couple very nosy neighbors right there, so they thanked me for letting them know, because they said even they're going to be bringing us nonstop, try to tell us you're in there messing around.
Impossible. They're impossible. Like we don't even bother with night investigations. So if we go to a cemetery, they have to be during the day, because I don't want to deal with that. It's just, especially if a church owns it, like the Catholic Church, you film the wrong thing and you'll have some people breathing down your back.
Yes, you do. But with work schedules and everything else, it had to be done at night. And the one story is against the road, again, another street, is a girl named Mary is heard and seen wandering up and down the street in a gown. She had died with her boyfriend the night of her prom on that road. And naturally, at that cemetery is the gravesite right there. So that's one of the ones we have around here. Her name is Mary. Lots of Marys back then, from way back.
Yeah, we have a few Marys around here too.
Mary and Elizabeth seems to be popular.
There's a tombstone that bleeds blood that we were trying to look for one day. It was Mary Blood. Her name was like Mary Blood or something like that. Her last name's Blood. It's kind of cool. I don't know. Maybe that's what they got, the idea that the tombstone was bleeding or not. I don't know, but I mean, we have another one that we're actually gonna it's probably gonna be one of the next ones that I go to. It's called like Bloody Bridge Bride or something like that. It's like a bridge where, I don't know if you see it on my Facebook page, on the Phantom Elite Paranormal's page. I have the stones. If you see the stones, they're all like stacked up. That mysterious, like these stones that stack up, like they shouldn't even be like that. So we're gonna be going there. But supposedly on the wedding night or whatever, she died on the bridge. So we're gonna probably be doing that place too. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of like stories about people getting married and dying. I mean, there's a lot. There's at least 3 of them that I can think of within this area. I just haven't gotten around to them, but we have so much stuff here in Wisconsin. It's I didn't even scratch the surface of half of the places that are out there. We have we still have to do that werewolf thing yet.
You haven't done that yet. Okay.
No, it's just how we do it, go about doing that. It's just, we have a thermal imager in that, but it's still, how do you go about hunting something like that or getting something that on camera without dying yourself,
besides, I asked you, the place that creeped you out the most. We're having a question in the chat room. Do you have any favorite place, and why?
Favorite place? I like them all, to be honest with you. But obviously,
Do you have a place that you go to more often, Brian?
The ones that let us in, I'd say J Road would be one of the ones that we go to a lot, just because it's close by, and we've gotten a lot of cool stuff out there. The top two, it would be J Road and the Ramada here in town, Fond du Lac here. That's one that we've done many, many times. And it's just, it's one of those things that says, the Ramada ghosts don't like me, so it's an interesting thing when I'm there, but there's specific places that I'd actually like to go back, but I probably can't just because they've been private home cases that are just amazing. And it's just, sometimes it bugs me that I can't make a lot of my shows and the stuff that I see public. And I mean, we have demonic cases that we really can't really show, because of privacy issues and that. And it bugs me, I mean, I think I showed you one of those videos. We had it on Penn, where that lady, she was just freaking the heck out on us. That she thought a demon killed her, kid, and that was one of the first cases that we made public that. It just horribly went wrong, making it go public, because we'd exposed a fraud with that too. So I mean, it's just so much stuff that I like to show. I like to show everything that we do, even the fun stuff, the boring times. That's. I like to show people how it really is, and I guess I pride myself on that. Versus any other show that you see on TV, or they're all there trying to say that this is absolutely the truth, whatever. I'll say, I don't know what it is. If it's something that it's unexplainable, I'll just say it. I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know what it is. So,
exactly. We're running out of time. We expect to have you someplace regularly on a show. Are you going to get back into doing that, or
actually on Pen 2? We're on Pen 2 now.
You're doing 2.
Pen 2.
Okay.
Yeah, we're on there. A lot of the new stuff goes to there now.
Right.
It's just a lot easier to do it that way versus one of us, monitoring the chat rooms or whatever. I mean, in a way, I kind of miss it, but it's just really hard right now. We're trying to get onto another different kind of schedule of the team. We're gonna have to do cases during the middle of the week now because I'm working so much, on the weekends and that. So it's not working.
Yeah. Having steady time is a problem too.
Is there any more questions in there or no?
Well, some people are seeing you for the first time and came on late, so they asked who you were. So let everybody know how they can find you and everything that you do and keep up to date.
Yeah, we have a Facebook page. It's called Phantom Elite Paranormal. We have a lot of shows on there. We have a lot of older ones that and you get to see how my team develops over the years and how differently we react to different places. And it's a real life paranormal thing, and it's not necessarily always paranormal. We touch on a lot of weird subjects while we're out at places. We have talk shows about demons and Freemasons.
Krampus.
What's that?
Krampus.
Krampus, yes, I love that. I love that talk show. It was a Christmas special on the Krampus. For the Krampus actually comes out punishes little kids on Christmas. You want to check that on out too. It's on our YouTube page as well. It's at Phantom Elite Paranormal. And we have so much stuff on there that we just try to have a good time. It's not necessarily, I mean, I guess, I try to be serious, but we do goof around, it's one of those things. We try to be as most professional as we can, but, there is those times that, we have those emotional times. It's just trying to get people active with us. That's what we want mostly. And we have a big fan base. I mean, we'll tell everybody how it is. It's fun. It's fun. I probably don't see myself ever stopping doing it. I've been in it all my life. I do wear my vampire teeth, and I'm wearing my leather and stuff on investigations. I just that's who I am. I'm very.
You gotta have fun with it.
Oh yeah, and it's maybe one day I'll explain the teeth and that or whatever, but maybe down the road.
Have you back on?
What's that?
Have you back on?
Yeah, that would be fun.
Maybe Jess can join us and some of the others next time doing on.
Yeah, I tried to get like Jesse and Nicole and them. Nicole's been working like new hours, and it's just been a mess lately, and we're just trying to get back on track. We have a few new shows that just came out. So yeah, Facebook. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus. Obviously on YouTube. We're just trying to get more subscribers on there lately too. So we're just trying to boost our viewer base. We're going to be working with a lot of new people this year. Mary Sutherland from Burlington. She knows like all the people from like Ancient Aliens and all those like cool TV programs. So we're going to be working with a lot of star paranormal people, pretty much. I'm kind of excited about it. We're trying to book a case with what's her name? She's the author of the Beast of Bray Road here in Wisconsin. She's anything about werewolves. She's the person that you'll see. She's a pretty well known. So I want to arrange a meeting with her. I got to see her a little bit when we went to Burlington, the Burlington sci-fi conference there. It's just, I love what I do. That's all I can really say. So I mean, we're going to be caving, like I said. We have something really, really weird coming up too. We're actually going to have some suspension person, like he has hooks in his back. He's actually going to pull a truck on one of these haunted roads that actually probably the one that you went to, because we have, but it's closed off so we can do it. But anyway, what we do is do tests in that area before and after. The rush that he gets from pulling a truck with, I'm pretty sure you could do it other ways, but it's something he wanted to do, and I was like, you know what, we'll do it. We'll we'll put all kinds of like instruments on you and measure the area. Let's see if it increase some kind of weird paranormal activity. I mean, it's out there. I mean, but I love going out of my way to find new ways to arouse paranormal activity. So.
Well, we have, before we go, so I don't forget first, the special that I ran at fair last week, I'm going to let you guys have an opportunity to get in on it as well. You can have an hour phone reading for the price of a half an hour. So just go to the website, terrorbymisha.com, purchase a half hour, let me know that you heard the special offer here on It's in the Cards, and the half hour will get turned into an hour reading, with an hour reading for $50. And just real quick, because we gotta wrap it up here, they're saying in the chat room, asking if there's any particular star that you would hope to work with, and they wonder, you know, with what they see on the television paranormal shows, is there any of them that are real in Hollywood?
To be, I do like Ghost Adventures, even though I do start screaming at the TV set, you know. I can't really watch them, really. I really don't watch them. But Ghost Adventures is the one that would be kind of close to what I do. Like, what, I mean, I don't try to compare them to me or anything, but I wish they would debunk a little bit more than what they do, but you gotta keep in mind that it is an entertainment thing as well. And I mean, I kind of had that myself, but it's not an important thing for me. My importance is actually showing you how it really is out there. But you got to remember, though, that those TV ones are based on viewers. You know, like it. That's how they get their money. You know, if they don't have any ratings, they're going to be out the door. So I would have to say Ghost Adventures. I don't know about working with Zach, though. I think he's all right guy. I like him, but I don't know. Like I'm kind of like I like to be the boss. So you know, maybe Ryan Buell from Paranormal State. Yeah, I heard he's coming back, but that's what I'd like to work with if I ever had a chance.
Okay. And they can see your shows on Pen 2 as well.
Yeah.
Pen 2 will list it. We have to go. The hour went quick. Eric's going to strangle me if we don't get off of here.
I know, right?
I'm looking at the time. Clicking. Well, I'd love to have you back, and Nicole and Jesse, if they're able to, and we can work it out, have you all on. Thanks so much, Brian, for updating.
It's fun.
Have a good night, everybody. Have a fantastic week. Good night. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Hope you had a great 2 weeks. Good to be back. I had my yearly event fundraiser that I do every year, the week of either this week or last week, and it happened to have been last week through Memorial Day this year. I run specials when I do that, and naturally people that live in the area and are able to attend are the only ones that can take advantage of it. So stick around, because before the show ends, I'm going to let you know what the special rate is that I will, now that the fair is over, I will honor the rate to all of you out there to do phone readings with me instead of my regular rates that I have. I can do that now that the fair is over, because part of all the proceeds when I do
focused on the ghost box to see if we'll actually get any messages down in the caves, because there's no radio, that reaches down that way. So I was always curious on how the ghost box will react down there.
What ghost box do you use, Brian?
The SB7. The SB7, and the reason why I use that is because it's a lot better. A lot of people, say that the ghost box fake or whatever. Me personally, I like the specific one, the SB7, because it has the frequencies that you can set the speed. And a lot of the hacks that are out there, it's not accurate. The gaps between the channels, there was no radio frequencies whatsoever in those gaps. So what I've been doing lately is actually analyzing the sound wave patterns in the ghost box. So, and I'm using yeah.
Yeah, we better clarify that one, huh? Go ahead.
Yeah, we were on an investigation, and we took Misha along, and she was on my cell phone, and I put her in my pocket. That's the joke.
They were all freezing, and I was sitting right here at home, nice and warm and neat. So, Brian, I'm losing my voice. It's probably from last week all week, being outside and the weather and having to talk over all the noise while I was doing the reading, so I apologize. I'm squeaking tonight. What have you been up to?
All kinds of stuff. We're actually trying to get a lot of our cases lined up for the summer still. We got a few in mind that are going to be really interesting. We're going to be going caving very soon, so that's going to be interesting. Doing that, more or less.
That gets donated to the community firehouse every year. So now that it wouldn't be in competition with that, I'm going to offer it to everybody else as well. I am so excited tonight because I have a stranger to us. We all here at Penn have missed him, and he used to have a show right prior to mine every Wednesday at 8. And I don't want to waste any time, but I'll give you a hint for those that still may be trying to remember who it is. Phantom Elite Paranormal Group. That should be familiar to a lot of yous. Brian Mann. Brian, how are you?
Good. It's been some time.
It has been. It's been a long, cold winter without you. And I gotta make the joke, you in your pocket.
Yeah.
I didn't have your pocket to stay warm in. Now everybody's going, what?
A lot of Freddy cage type things to block out the radio frequency. So I'm trying to prove that the ghost box is real. A real thing. Lately, that's what I've been doing. Otherwise,
well, with everything, you get those that are, gonna slam it. And even with the apps, with the radios, people say you're just you're scanning radio waves. So how do you know when you ask a question that what you're hearing just doesn't happen to be coincidental, that what a broadcaster is saying could be an answer to what you're asking? And then you have the phone apps and things, where, to me, as far as I'm concerned, that's just a bunch of words pre-programmed into the thing, randomly saying, and...
Are you talking about the Ghost Radar app, something like that?
Yes. I've gone out with people that use them, and they're just standing there going, Okay then.
I mean, I have to admit, I've used them myself.